Good morning, crusty crew. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing today? I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy and indecisive. I don't know whether I should work more on my reference sheet. Should I play more Assassin's Creed? Or should I play some Tower of Fantasy? I don't know. So we're just gonna sit here for a second until I figure it out. I really want to continue the story in Tower of Fantasy. So I think I might do that. Assassin's Creed is getting really good though. I don't think I feel like drawing today. You know what? Let's just do Tower of Fantasy. I've been doing a lot of just like side quests and explorations and daily stuff because I don't want to continue the story off stream. So I think I'm ready to do that. So let's do that. Let's get that up and running. Move that over here and move that over there. And you go there and you just go there. Okay. Oops, wrong folder. It's going to be very loud in my ear because of course it is. Get my controller ready. Swap over to there. Can we see it? Nope, Elgato's in the way. Of course it is. Always does that. Shoo. There we go. There we go. And of course a volume check. I think we're okay. I'm so ready to continue the story, oh my god. Oh, let me change my stream title and stuff. My category. I made a decision? What? Tower of Fantasy. And Tower of Fantasy. There we go. Aw, good morning, Hoon. I'm sorry that you don't feel good, but it's good to see you. Go track that quest, but first, sidetrack my treasure chest. Once I start fighting, let me know how the sound is. That was fun. Good audio. Okay, good. Oh. was weird. Time to continue the story, kids. I'm so ready. Ooh. There we go. Another supply pod? Oh. Interesting. Where is this supply? Oh. Is it up here? No, but I'm close. Is it in here? No. Where is it? Is it up on the cliff? Probably. I will continue to be distracted by shiny things. Don't mind me. I also changed my character design, clearly. Away from Hinata, for now. To something that looks kind of more like me? Kinda? Hello, supply pod. Whoops. Hello, supply pod? Oh, it's up there. Cooldown timer. Give me that, thank you. Amazing. Alright, fine. I'll go talk to Palu now. Or Paul, they keep calling him.
Franz told us everything. You're headed to Banjus Port, right? I know you're working for Hykros now, but you'll always be one of us.
Zeke only did it because he had no choice. I just want to see him and Shirley back safe again. Sorry, we left you with the toughest job. We can't possibly repay you for everything you've done for the shelter.
This thing with Zeke, it's in your hands now.
Let me update my tweet, actually.
Follow the Blue Creek downstream to reach Banjus Dock. Be careful.
Jetboard. Ooh. Oh. No? Okay. Ooh, fancy. Thank you for that. Oh.
Poggers.
Thank you for your own poggers, Hoon. Oh. Good morning. I decided to play some of this today to advance the story. Even though I'm playing it tomorrow. Whee! Thank you, Go Sleeps. You need it. Okay, bye. Yep.
What's going on here? The hyenas are at it again. I need to help that person.
She looks like she's ready to fight, but she's not actually doing anything. Oh, Hilda.
Beautiful moves. Thanks. Are you alright? I'm fine, thanks to you two. Those pests are getting bolder. To think they'd come so close to the port. Come on, it's not safe.
Oh. The incident in Astra is coming to an end. Although the tower's shut off, I didn't find anything more on Zeke and Shirley. With optimism, I set off for the next Omnium Tower in Banjis. Join the guild, people. She wants me to follow her, but I'm getting distracted first, so it's fine. Am I on a new part of the map? I am. They've got scallops, and I'm gonna pick them up. Hermit crab. Oh, I suppose I should clear all these indicators. Oh, I opened up chapter 4. Nice. Oh my god, more things. Yes, I know I need to follow Hilda. I'm busy clearing red indicators. I did that yesterday. Did I not select? I guess I didn't. Aid request. Donate. Yes. Don't exactly know how crews work at the moment, but I feel like there's things that we can only do with the crew. Because it keeps telling me to do wormhole, but I don't know how to do that. Maybe I just haven't unlocked it yet. Got another one of her. Oh. Okay. Weapons. Oh, I can advance her twice. Nice. Amazing. Okay. Back on track. She was patiently waiting for me.
Hey, this is your first time here, right? How about a tour? I'm Hilda, by the way. We're from Astra. This is Mia. We're actually looking for someone who might have been here recently.
Describing Zeke's physical features.
But I can tell my friend...
Oh, okay. I didn't skip anything. I think that's just how that went. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Oh. This is the one I already have access to, I believe. I think. I like the music here.
Hey, long time no see, Hilda.
Theo, why are you out here without your bodyguard? What if your illness acts up?
I've been inside for too long. Need some fresh air. Don't worry. I always have my meds with me.
Oh,
Theo,
it just
how
puts
many
my mouse in
times
the
have I
center every
told
time.
You need to inform me before going out, and never alone by yourself. Hurry along back. The doctor's still waiting to do your routine checkup. If everything's fine, you can still go to the festival tonight.
Really? I can go with my friends?
Oh, you defeated White Lightning? Young people these days truly surprise me.
Nope. Get back over here.
I don't have the reward with me right now.
Oh,
but
you
worry.
don't?
I'll send my people to contact you later.
I would like my reward, please.
Hilda, about President Kolador. Mr. Kolador is a good person, but he can be quite stern at times. But I guess that's to be expected for someone in his position. Don't worry, Theo will talk to Mr. Kolador about finding your friend. The Grace Day Festival is tonight. Maybe the one you're looking for will show up there. Speaking of which, what exactly is Grace Day? Well, Banjus began as just a small remote settlement, and life was tough. One year, there was a famine caused by pests and attacks from monsters that almost wiped everything out. By some good graces, eventually, a merchant ship stocked with food docked here and saved everyone. That day then became Grace Day. And, as you must have guessed, that merchant is Mr. Kolador.
I didn't
Everything
guess
we
that,
have
actually.
in Banjus is literally owed to him.
It looks like you really worship Mr. Kolador.
Of course. There are lots of stories about him. Let me tell you all about them.
Oh. Sigh. She talked my ear off till nighttime.
Wow, it's really late. Time passes so fast. Because you've been talking non-stop. I know I tend to get like that sometimes. Hey, you're still looking for your friend, aren't you? I'll take you to my friends. Come.
Hey, Hilda. Long time no see.
Hey, Kelly. How's business?
I'm sorry, what is her name? First, Paulu is Paul, and now Kali is Kelly.
Why? You want your old job back? Of course. Here, two.
Literally, why are things skipping? I don't understand.
Hilda? Is that really you?
Huh? Harry the Crybaby? Kelly is worried about you, so she sent me here. Look at you, frowning. What happened?
I'm not frowning. Nothing happened. Just that there are too many things to do. A new shipment came, but I don't have time to pick it up. There's still a crate of cargo at the port.
Are you slacking off again? The shipment came in yesterday.
But I can't do it alone. Hilda, can you please, please?
Oh.
Hold on right there. I'm not cleaning up after you. No way. Hilda, I can go fetch the cargo. But about Zeke. Oh, fine. It's a fair deal, and Harry can't complain about me bullying him again. Just drop the cargo off at the front of the store. Hey, Crybaby, you better thank us for being so nice.
I'm not a crybaby. I'm not a baby anymore.
These two are going to go at it for a while. I should go to the dock and haul the cargo over. Yeah, I just got here, but I'll do your heavy lifting. Who are you and why are you here? Okay, not matter. Doesn't matter. Oh. Oh. Whoops. I might be able to salvage that. Meow? So I'm using a controller and sometimes it double clicks things. So I did not mean to throw that into the water. Can I collect that or is that water too deep? Oh no, we're good. I just have to get up there somehow. Is this guy just dancing? He is. He's just vibing. Alright. Do you? You gotta walk that, can't throw it. What are you? Okay, fine, go back to dancing. Yeah, I figured. I just needed to get it out of the water. Boop. Okay. She's just so friggin' slow. Just trying to make my life a little easier.
What? It's done already? Thank you so much.
Piece of cake. Where did Hilda go?
Info. Hilda went to the port to respond to a request for help. The helping request was issued by a girl called Ants. Ant's balloon got caught on a streetlight.
How long has she been gone?
It was just now, about half a minute. You should be able to catch up to her.
I would think so.
Hey, you're here. What is it? Why are you upset? I can't seem to reach the balloon up there. You got some moves. Can you help?
Some moves.
Leave it to me.
I have a jetpack. Does that count?
Thank you. On behalf of little Anne, it's nice to get something lost back. You're quite a kind person. Well, people gotta be kind to each other, right? Crow came to me just now. He said there was a problem with the lights for the celebration, and we needed to call someone to repair them.
Lanner? Who's...
Lantern.
Like fireworks, lanterns are part of the festivity. That's the way every year. Everyone's looking forward to it. But to see both, we have to help Crow fix the circuits. I was going to take a break, but since this is for celebration, why don't you come too? Okay.
I like getting volunteered for things.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Hilda. You found help.
This is my new friend from Astra who volunteered to help fix the lanterns. Hello. What can I do to help?
The earthquake shorted out the converters. I'm worried the lanterns will burn out, so I need them inspected. But it's urgent to fix the converter, so can you check the lanterns? Just 5 of them will do.
That's it? I got this. Thanks much. Guess I'll go show Mia around now.
What exactly are the lanterns I'm checking? Those things? Oh, these things. Oh. Interesting. I'm a hero.
Thanks. I just got done myself.
I made the round, but not sure if I fixed it.
Oh, that's easy. See that switch over there? Flip it and see how well you did.
Then I shall.
Oh.
Everything's fine.
I shall.
Is that Zeke?
Yes, it be. I fail to see how lanterns become fireworks, but okay.
How are things?
Please be assured that everything has been arranged, my lady.
If they aren't willing to cooperate, you know what to do.
Yes, my lady.
Go then. We've been followed, and I need to take care of that. Why don't you show yourself?
Oh. Now. Ma'am. Ow. I'm kicking your butt, actually. Ow. Ah. Got my ass handed to me. Are we fighting? Damn.
I don't hate you. But you must remember your manners when you ask a question next time.
I didn't ask one. Ah.
You're finally awake. It seems someone's ambushed you. Was Zeke there?
No, I couldn't see Zeke. That woman knew I was following. They seemed to be plotting something, but I couldn't make out what they were saying.
Testing. You're in bad condition. I recommend you return to Banja's dock for mending.
Our little wrists. There are more things to do, such as upgrade. You don't say. Thank you, moderately unhelpful reminder.
Hey, where were you? The celebration is almost over. You missed so many fun things.
I was getting my butt kicked.
I spotted Zeke. Isn't that who you're after? Did you catch him? No, I lost him. Really? That's too bad. But look at the bright side. At least you know Zeke is here. But
Yeah, but why?
come on, don't get yourself in a funk. It will get better. It's been a long day, so we should stop for now. I'll take you to see Theo at the Banjus headquarters tomorrow. All right, it's time for a break anyway. Follow me. I'll take you to the hotel in town.
Is it literally 2 steps away from here? Yes.
Welcome. Are you here for a room? We only got one left, and it's at a special holiday rate.
Ooh, 20,000 experience. Love that. There you go, Link. Hi, Salty. Good morning.
Morning. How was your stay last night? I'll take you to the Banjus headquarters now, then. The Banjus Tech headquarters? Do they allow non-employees to enter the building? Of course. The residential area is rather lively. Many family members of the employees live there. The manufacturing area is a little more mysterious, though. I wonder if we'll get to see it. Wait, something isn't right. What happened here? I don't know, but looks like some sort of trouble. The defenses are rarely on in Banjus. Don't tell me the Ravagers or Aberrants are coming. But Mr. Colador would have told us to take shelter. What now? Should we still try to find Theo? Yeah, follow me. I know a secret passage in.
Sounds like a secret. Oh.
Looks like a battle took place. Who are the invaders? Heirs of Ida! I've seen them outside of town before. Look, they're capturing people. I'll deal with them. You go hide.
Ah, there we go. Banjus HQ.
Thank you for saving me. Those things attacked us during a celebration last night. We've been trapped in here since then.
Where's security? Is anyone else taken?
No idea. The attack caught us all in surprise. I didn't even get a good look at what happened.
Go and tell others on the docks. I'll look for survivors.
Watch your back. There must be more of them.
Okay. Can I skip it? Am I... What's happening here? Am I, like, softly frozen? Hello? Okay. We frozen, kids. Weirdly. So we're gonna close that and we're gonna reopen that. Strange. Oh my god, that portion alone is just so loud. Let's try this again. Who's raided? I must rescue President Kolodor and Theo. Is it gonna get me stuck again if I talk to them? Let's find out.
Thank you for saving me. Those things attacked us during a celebration last...
Where's security? Is anyone else taken?
No idea. The attack caught us...
There we go. I'm free. That was weird.
Are you here to rescue us? Oh, thank heavens.
Who are you? And where's Mr. Kolodor?
I work here, but I don't know where Mr. Kolodor is.
That means if Kolodor and Theo are still alive, they're held in the headquarters.
What's that sound?
Oh no, he must have drawn the attention of their main force.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I'll handle this.
There's just one of them. Great for practice. Swift, go ahead.
Don't go. You have to protect us.
Well, I never ran. I guess I have to wait for them to come up here.
Swift lost? No way. Galena, your turn.
Interesting situations.
You're really something. Let's go in. We're not...
Thanks for the poet scream. Salty. Try freeze him if you must fight him. Interesting.
Are you alright? Did you find Theo? Theo and Kolodor are very likely trapped in the Banjas Tech headquarters. I'm about to go in and look around. Let me go with you. No, it's too dangerous. You should go back to town and tell everyone. We can't take on that many intruders alone. Alright, but be careful.
You have a giant gun, don't you? Like, insist. Come help me. Earth-friendly. Woo!
This table is getting old. Look, the paint is chipped here and there.
You, and you. Keep an eye on the basement.
He should have seen me. 1000%. Oh.
Don't move.
Who are you? How come I've never seen you before? Guess you didn't have much luck either. I'm Ko, Mr. Kolodor's assistant.
Do you know where he and Theo are being held?
I don't. After the heirs of Ida took over the place, they split us up to different places. I'm not sure which room they're in.
This is not good.
Don't worry about that. We should be figuring out how to get out of here.
Do you have any ideas?
I know the circuits for this room, and I can open that door over there. But the guards outside, however...
Good morning, Lydia!
Leave that to me. You just open the door.
Good morning.
Will do. See that disconnected cable? Connect them for me, so I can use the control panel.
The disconnected cable that's emitting a lot of electricity, touch it for me.
Finish him off already. Don't tell me you're just gonna charge the way out.
Yes.
There are still plenty of guards out there.
I got it.
You have better plans?
Why don't you switch clothes with this guy and pretend you're one of them?
Ooh.
So you can figure out the exact situation.
I like that.
That will work. What about you?
I'll stay behind so they're not alerted.
And sneak.
I don't think they can see through my disguise. Are they...
I've told you already. You can't get anything out of me.
your security for Banjus?
What now? Heirs of Ida send a fool for interrogation?
Calm down. I'm not with Heirs of Ida. I'm here to free you, so work with me.
You're not one of them? Why should I believe you?
Theo invited me. You don't have to believe me, but I'm your only option here.
Fine. I'm Leon, Captain of Security. What do you want me to do?
I need to know Mr. Colador and Theo's locations. Any clues?
I know they're keeping Theo on the second floor, but not sure which room.
They set an alarm for the entryway to the second floor. Can you shut it off?
There's a switch in the monitor room next door. Luckily, they missed the backup keycard on me. Here, take this. Also, you can fool the guards, but watch out for those aberrated hounds. Those things have sharp noses. The stairway faces the infirmary. You should find anesthetics in there for those hounds. Please don't let me down. You're Mr. Colador and Theo's last hope.
The whole ass infiltration mission right now.
The surveillance has been disabled. You can proceed to the next floor.
Go very slow.
There are sounds coming from the last room. I should take a look. Oh no. Did the dogs catch my scent? Leon says there are tranquilizers in the room on the left side of the second floor.
Why are you here? It's not chow time yet.
The chief's dogs are hungry, and I'm here to get something to feed them.
Weren't they just fed? Fine. There's some leftover meat from yesterday over there. Go grab a chunk.
My anesthetic do nothing? Oh, I see. Mix anesthetic. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Wait. Oh. I guess I didn't need to do...
It's not fresh, but still too good for them monsters. Man, all you got hollow leg. Go feed the dogs before they...
Oh. There we go. That only wasted way too much time.
We caught the intruder, my lord. We did not find anyone else.
Good. How about
did you
Colador's
catch?
interrogation? Any news?
Colador already told us where the Astrum is located, and asked us to free Theo.
Pass that information to those that are outside immediately, and ask them to find Astrum. As for Theo, we can't let him go until we have what we want.
Yes, sir, I will. Hmm? Who goes there? Guards!
here.
Found you at last, Theo.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to rescue you. Where is Mr. Colador being kept?
They locked him
He's
in
intense.
the basement. You go in from the first floor. They wanted to find out something from him. How did you get in with so many guards outside?
I'm a
I ran into a
badass.
security guy named Leon downstairs. He gave me a key card.
Leon's still alive? That's great.
Stick close to me, and let's go get your father.
No. Just leave me here. They have the whole place on lockdown. I'll only be your burden. If you can get my father out, he'll come up with a way to save me. Please.
It's the slow motion running for me while there's a timer. Oh. And suddenly I've given up on my disguise. At least I move faster. I did. I infiltrated.
Are you okay, Mr. Colador?
You? I already handed the Astrum over to the heirs of Ida. I had no choice since they held hostages.
We'll worry about that later. Let's get you out of here.
What about Theo? Have you seen him? I can't leave my son behind.
Theo is being held on the second floor, under tight watch. I didn't get a chance to bring him.
Let's go. I must get him out and rally the people on the docks to take the headquarters back.
Oh. Sure, I'll just take out everyone on my own with no help from you.
Find my son. You have to go back and get help from the port.
Okay. Am I supposed to go with him? I guess. Nope. Okay. Stop. Stop. I don't even know how I got in here to get out. Ah! And now suddenly the guards are back. Okay. What? Nothing, I guess. I don't know how to get out of here. Oh, I think I see the door. What? Okay. Oh, I have to defeat 3 more heirs of Ida. I see, I see. Interesting. Are they down here? Yep, okay. Now I can leave. we go. I made it. I did it. Franz.
I heard you're getting into trouble again, kid.
Shut up.
How did you get here, Franz? I asked Mr. Franz for help. Do you know each other?
Of course we do. What's the situation in there?
Wait, what? I'm just goofing. New boot goofing.
Morning, Benny.
I found Mr. Kolador and Theo, but couldn't free them yet. And the Astrum.
Make sure you remind me, absolutely certain that you remind me to talk to you about Callie's meds.
Let me guess. Kolador handed the Astrium over to the heirs of Ida?
How did you know?
That's not the only thing I know. Heirs of Ida got a spy on the docks. Too bad he got away before security could get there.
Speaking of that, I saw someone whispering surreptitiously in the lower docks before. That might be the spy you mentioned.
I'll stay behind to help the guards deal with the leftover heirs of Ida. You and Mia should go for the investigation.
Franz provided me with valuable clues. The heir's influence has spread throughout areas neighboring Banjas. I must investigate each one and leave no stone unturned. Materials? What is triggering this into— oh, here. Now what? Oh. You clear one indicator, one more pops up in its place. Oop. Potato. The NSYNC sound alerts. I don't know, Benny. Maybe I'll need to find some.
What's this? I think Franz might know. Franz, I found these.
This is getting complicated.
Complicated.
What's wrong? We've cleared the building and caught all the intruders, but I didn't find Theo and Mr. Kolador.
Oh.
Did the heirs of Ida sneak them away in the chaos?
According to one of the captives, the battle began before they even reached Kolador and his son. So no one knows where they've been taken to or by whom. The biggest suspect is still the heirs of Ida. The notebook you found points out their local hideouts, and there's quite a lot.
I'll check all those places, and hopefully we'll find Theo and others. I'm coming with you.
Stop making a scene, Hilda. We've still got other things to do.
Oh? What is it?
If the heirs of Ida found Astrum already, we'll have to go to Plan B. Kolador banned Astrum trading around the local docks. The you can still find reserves in the black market nearby. Hilda, you and Mia come with me. Let's scope out the black market. Act smart about things, okay?
What are you trying to get at?
That's it then. Dismissed.
I am gonna BRB and get more beverage. BRB. Hello and back. It me. Okay, there's a side quest.
Look at how glowy my man.
And I will be picking it up. Heirs of Ida have abducted a group of people at the port and imprisoned them at the stronghold in the north. Can you go there again and save them? Our hero. Don't call me that. Thank you for the applause. Interesting. Let's check my map. So the Omnium Tower is what lets me open up the map. So I'm gonna navigate to that in a second. Little detour. That wasn't high enough. No, okay. New plan, new plan. Try that again. Nope, that's just a detriment. Nope. Okay. Just gotta wait for my cooldown then, I guess. Ah. The fuck? Oh, goodness. Okay. Get that Omnium Tower. Hey, there's a lot of them over here. Nice. shot music, Link. Whoa, he fast. Left hand Ben. Interesting. Okay, so aha. What is that? Claire's dream machine? Capable of improving sleep as well as providing more memorable and immersive dreams. No. Yes? Your dreams have no bearing on the real world. What? Oh. I have no idea what that just did. But we're gonna find out. Reach the destination within the time limit. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, don't go running. Oh, damn. We got a little bit of a platform situation. What in the... Oh, oh, oh. Ah. Ah. Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Omnium Tower, that's what I was chasing down. Shit. There it is. What is this? Oh. Weight module code challenge. Oh. We'll have to do this later. Thank you for the Miku Wii, Benny. Oh, I'm just chilling up here. What? Another dream thingy? Damn. What is it? Yes. Are they just in every supply pod here? Or what? What's happening? Is this a new event? Stay alive for the given time. Okay. Ah! I'm being electrocuted. Stop it. Thank you for the goose hawk, Benny. Ah, electrocuted. Oh. I did it. Amazing. I just want to get to the Omnium Tower. They keep distracting me with shiny things. Here's my little elevator. There it is. Beam me up. Ta-da! Banges. That's what I needed. Well, you can see that other tower from here.
Hello there.
Good morning, Groovy Diced Onions. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. It must be that tower that you can see from here. Okay. I did my map thingy. Now, we're gonna go back this way. Whee! It's going. It's Good Wednesday. A little sleepy, but that's not new. We made it halfway through the week, folks. Look at us go. Look at us go. Amazing. Oh, I already opened that. It is, in fact, Wednesday. You shouldn't be allowed to shoot me while I'm opening a treasure chest. It's rude. Oh, there's another one. Get out of here. What? And now a bear from nowhere? frick did that bear come from? It's Wednesday, my dudes. It is indeed. What is that symbol? What is this? What are you? Oh, you're a bad thing. Oh, I got it, don't worry. What is this? Oh. I may have made a mistake. Ah! I think I made a mistake. Ow. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, and I'm dead. Anyway, we'll do that in co-op some other time. Death speedrun. Dumb computer. It's been a while since we were dispatched from Stronghold Beta. I think that's what that letter is. Hopefully this infiltration operation will net us the Astrum. Let me actually take a look at my weapons and see if I can level them up a little bit. Okay, so I need to hit level 30 to augment it again. Let's take a look at the matrices. So we've got these damage dealt by flame weapons increased. Okay. And then what are you? Reduced damage received. What ups his crit? Max leveled that one out. Okay. Up resistance and attack. That's maxed. It does click anywhere to skip, but it doesn't mean that. Flame, physical, frost. This one doesn't even go. This one I can develop. No, I can't. I'm just kidding. And you're just general damage, attack, and HP. Is there like... Oops. Does the weapon's healing scale off of anything? Let's see. Heal all teammates within 10 meters for 100% of attack. Okay, so I need to boost the attack for her. Interesting. So then let's take a look at the matrices that I do have on this. I guess they all kind of have a base attack. Interesting. Still learning how all this shit works. Still learning. Oh, random stats. Oh, okay. Okay. Frost resistance. This one has attack up. Okay. That one. This one's, I think, been developed, so yeah, it's gonna be the best one. Can I enhance any of these? No. I need more of those things. Okay. You get these things. Bygone Phantasm. Okay, interesting. Learning so many things. Special orders. Okay, don't mind if I do. Nothing fancy. Okay. The enemy just chilling outside. Like it's no big deal. Oh, they've all just respawned is what it is? Okay. I see how it is. Got him. Lower the cost of VIP. You got it. Oh. Thank you, Benny. We're at 84,000 now. Eventually, someone's going to be able to get that. Oh, and a hydrate and stretch. Why, thank you. Oh, it's a good stretch. Ugh, thank you, Benny. I wouldn't remember to do this all the time if it wasn't for y'all. Astra moved. Search the stronghold. Up there, okay. Oh, charge attack's cool. heavy charge attack, but... Oh. Interesting. Singularity Walk? Unearthed and levitated by certain relics. Huh. I don't think I have a relic right now that can do that. Rude. I've been frosted. Left hand band again, huh? Ow.
Impossible.
The sage requires you to retrieve the Astrum. If everything goes smoothly, take over Banja's tech for the sake of the organization. If not, pull back to base Y as soon as you get the Astrum. Oh my goodness, back and forth. How many bases do they have? God damn. God damn. A little bit of a smack. Look at the bunch of them back there. Our infiltration of Banja's...
Looks like the heirs of Ida doesn't have Kolador or Theo.
Wait, attack! We're under attack! I'm under attack. Get out of here.
There's got to be more to this. I should talk to Franz at the Black Market.
group of them over here, actually. I think that would be fun. Oh, that's these guys. I think that was a bounty. I am doing good today, Benny. I hope you're doing good too. I'm just a little sleepy. But I'm having fun. Was that one of the bounties? Omnium Beacon. Weekly recommended. Am I in battle? I am. Aha! Okay. Meow! Meow meow! Hi! You know, your dad's home today, but sure. Demand my attention. Oh. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi. How are you? Thank you. Let me give you a shout out, Dimitri. Good morning, Gone with the Wind. Hi. Let me make sure I spell your name right. There we go. Ooh, you were also playing Tower of Fantasy. How's that going? How was your stream? My name is Luminary. I am a variety VTuber. My pronouns are she, her. And I appreciate you bringing your community over here today. If y'all need to take a little break, get a little snack, get a little something to drink, I fully understand. Did a boss train with a bunch of people. Ooh, that sounds nice. I accidentally came across a world boss and died immediately. I'm still working on progressing through the story. I just got to Banjus today. I was like, ooh, what's this? Oh, I've made a mistake. I'm fully enjoying this game. How about you? What server? I am on the one that's 2 words. Freedom Oasis. Freedom Oasis. What about you? Nice, nice. Let me discover this ruin real quick. Oh, it's gonna throw me in there, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. I'm really enjoying this game, honestly. The battle is fast-paced, it's a lot of fun. I like the whole weapon system, the combos, the exploration. The fact that treasure chests seem to, like, respawn every day. Really nice. I'm certainly not bored, not in the least. How about you? Oh, there's like multiple directions that I could go. Interesting. Exploration and running boss trains with the mob. Nice. Oh. Oh. Interesting. I haven't really tried co-oping too much. Like, I'll co-op with some of the dailies and stuff. But I'm excited to run, like, boss trains. I know a single person in my server that I play with when I can. So I'm hoping to get more regulars to play with. That would be fun. One-shotting is nice. Yeah, it's you. You're the one person, Link, that I know in my server that I can play this with. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Oh, that's easy. Okay. There we go. I was like, oh no, puzzles, and then it was fine. Okay. I'll fight those things, I guess. Before I start closing doors and moving switches. That's the way that I want to go, though. So we're gonna move a switch. We're gonna move a switch. Can I have this door open? Okay. Amy. No? Oh. Huh? What was that? Is that the thing I want to press? Hold on. Let me find my arrows. Actually, we'll just make a different set. We'll go flame arrow. We'll go that, and then we'll throw in that. We'll call this a set. Upgrade these real quick. Oh, I can't. Not in here. Okay. You might be... You're not a button. It was worth a shot. Weapons... There's got to be a hotkey to switch between the sets, but... Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. That's where I just walked in. Nope. Okay, you know what? We'll take this one at a time. I just want to open that door for the chest, but I don't... It won't. It doesn't want to do that for me. Maybe if I... No? Maybe a lost cause, this chest right now. We'll go forward and we'll see. I need to work on my stream elements timers because there's no reason that 4 of them should pop up at the same time. It shouldn't be 4, it should be 5. You're right. Well, thank you for coming in, Dimitri, and I hope that you have a great rest. Thank you once again for the raid, and I'll see you around. We're juggling me, apparently. No, not the fire. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I got him. Don't worry about it, I got him. It's fine. I did it. You're safe. Okay, is that treasure chest door open now? Can I get it? What is your trick? What is the trick to opening you? I don't... Hello? Have you tried saying please? Please open for me. I want the treasure chest inside. It's not working. It was a good idea, though. Well, I guess for now. The map on the wall is the key. Oh wait, there's a map in here? It's me not even noticing that. Oh my god, thank you. Oh boy, okay. So, middle, okay. Thank you. Oh look, I did it. Stop shooting. And that's why the switch is here to reset it. Okay. Makes sense. Okie dokie. Now I can get to the end. You know, perhaps I should have known to look for clues like that, but I didn't. Puzzles really aren't my forte. They're not my favorite. Oh, this is the ruin I had to do anyway. Oop. Amazing. Okay. And unfortunately, that is where we must end it for today. So, let's do that. We'll do this. And let's find someone to pass the raid love on to. Does anybody have any suggestions? Always open to suggestions. Let's see who my recommendations are. Hi, Robin. You're just in time for the raid. Here are my raid messages, by the way. Grab whatever one you can use, and let's take a look and see who we're raiding today. Let's go right into Mystia. She's playing Cult of the Lamb. Mystia BT. It's okay, bestie. You came in at all, and that's really appreciated. Okay, let's get ready to raid. Everyone, have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow with more Tower of Fantasy. And I'll see you around the Discord. And I love you, bye.